Hello, my name is Azmi Sharom. This is my show, Brave New World. Welcome to my virtual sitting room. I'll be speaking today about news. What's real, what's not. So, the football season is over. I'm talking about the Premier League, of course. And Spurs are second. Hurrah! We are number two. We are number two. We're above Arsenal. Yay. So that's all very nice. But now, for the next 3 months, me and my pals, what will we talk about? There's no football to discuss. So we'll be talking about, chances are, usually, transfer rumors, and most of it is absolute rubbish because it's stuff you get from the internet. And, the internet, well, there's a lot of garbage floating around there.
Would be fun to run a newspaper.
Which is why, I'm a bit suspicious about it. And you can call me old-fashioned. I don't do Facebook. I don't do Twitter. And the reason being is because, the thing about the internet is that it gives a lot of freedom to a lot of morons.
Is that really your idea of how to run a newspaper?
And they suddenly have a platform with which to spew their racist, misogynistic, nationalist claptrap, safe in the homes of their parents. I don't want to go through that, so I'm a bit more discerning. Saying all that, I think the pros of the internet outweigh the cons. The freedom of information that we get today is unparalleled, and it's absolutely vital and important in any sort of democratic society. Now, I admit, fake news does exist. There are people who are paid money to create all this rubbish, fake stuff.
It's about time.
Time for a confession.
On the other hand, we've got to be careful because you don't want a situation where, that strangely haired, petulant, stubby-fingered president of a particular country who calls any bit of news which he doesn't like as fake news. Now, that's wrong too because, I'm sorry, that sounds like the first steps towards a dictatorship.
Now in complete control of the government of the state.
How do we deal with this, In Malaysia, we in a way, it's problematic because all our news is subject to all sorts of laws. If you are still the type who reads a newspaper, we have the Printing Presses and Publications Act, which means that all mainstream old school media is under the perpetual threat of having their license revoked or suspended, and that's a serious threat. But now they're trying to do things to the internet media as well, so like we have 2 editors of an online news portal who are being charged for reporting what somebody else said. Not for what they said, but for reporting at a press conference what someone else said. Now that's just not right.
No and then! No and then!
How do we deal with the plethora of news that we are getting today? Some are real, some are not. How do we discern? And here's the irony. Because, when the internet blew up, right, everybody predicted the death of mainstream media. Everybody predicted that. Well, actually, I think there's still a lot of room for mainstream media. It might take different forms. It might be more online now rather than paper. But still, what I'm talking about are those institutions, the journalistic institutions. They are more important today than ever because we need these institutions to be ethical, to do their work properly, to have fact-checking, to do proper investigations. I'm talking about, bodies like this, not Reddit and, rubbish like that. The traditional news outlets have a role to play because they could be now the bulwark against both fake news and oppression. I don't think the mainstream media is dead. I think right now we need them more than ever.
On the other hand, I am the publisher of the Inquirer. As such, it's my duty, and I'll let you in on a little secret. It's also my pleasure.
If you have anything to say about what I just said, well, feel free to drop us a line on YouTube or Facebook. And, don't be shy. No one else does it. Bye-bye.